Okay, imagine you're sending a client your final photos or a polished video edit, only to find out the platform that you've used has been using your work to train AI without your consent. That is exactly the fear that exploded online after WeTransfer quietly updated their terms of service. As somebody who uses WeTransfer almost daily, I had to dig into this. So let's talk about what actually happened. Were our files at risk? And should you be using WeTransfer at all? Okay, so a little overview of what happened. As a photographer and videographer, I rely on tools like WeTransfer to send large files to my clients. It's part of my everyday workflow. But recently, there was massive backlash against WeTransfer after they quietly updated their terms of service in July. More specifically, Section 6.3 stated that they had a perpetual worldwide royalty-free license to reproduce, modify, and even create derivative works from users' content. And it explicitly mentioned the right to use our uploads to improve machine learning models. Naturally, people freaked out. It sounded like they were giving themselves permission to use our work, the photos, the videos, the creative assets we send to our clients to train AI, without asking and without paying. And for those of us who deal with commercial projects under NDAs or with unreleased work, that's not just unsettling, it could actually be a legal problem. So let's talk about the backlash and WeTransfer's eventual response. So after the backlash exploded across creative community, I myself noticed quite a lot of photographers and videographers, editors, graphic designers, posting on their stories, talking about how they are boycotting WeTransfer and switching to alternative options. Also, I had quite a few other people reaching out to me, asking if I knew any alternative platform that they could use for file transfer. Now, upon this backlash, WeTransfer responded. On July 16th, they issued a public statement saying they do not and have never used our content to train AI models. They claim the language in the terms of service was just a forward-looking possibility, not something they were actively doing. But let's be real, the damage was done. Creators were furious, and the trust took a major hit. A few days later, WeTransfer again updated their terms of service, but this time removing the AI and machine learning references entirely. The revised version just grants them basic license to operate the service, with no mention of sub-licensing or AI. So the question is, should creatives still use WeTransfer? That is the big question, and honestly, it depends on how much trust you still have in the platform. For many of us, photographers, videographers, designers, and much more, WeTransfer has been the go-to. It's simple, fast, and the clients are pretty familiar with it. I use various amounts of file transfer platforms, and routinely WeTransfer has always been the easiest to get along with for myself and my clients. If a company can quietly change its policies, very complicated legal language, and only clarify it when people get angry, that to me and a lot of people is a red flag. Even if they never actually used our content to train an AI model, the fact that they gave themselves permission to, even if it was temporarily, is a huge problem for those of us working with sensitive client work. So here's my take. If you're sending commercial work, NDA projects, unreleased campaigns, or raw files, it's worth exploring alternatives. Tools like FileMail or Smash, or encrypted Dropbox or Google Drive links with proper settings might be safer bets. Obviously, check their terms of services as well. If you're sticking with WeTransfer, just be intentional. Maybe don't use it for sensitive stuff until you're confident their policies align with your values and your client agreements. The bottom line is, this is a reminder that we cannot blindly trust platforms just because they're convenient. We have to protect our work because no one else will. AI is becoming huge, and it is getting integrated into every single platform that we use. From video editing to photo editing to graphic design, it is in a way taking over, but it is important to remember to protect your work. If this situation made you rethink the platforms you use, I want to hear from you. Are you still using WeTransfer, or have you found a better alternative? Drop it in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to tech and impacting photographers and filmmakers, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.